Hey guys, I'm Reprops, and today I'm making Stellan Gios' lightsaber from Star Wars The High Republic. For this, I'm going to be using one of those old lightsaber blades from the older lightsaber toys, the extendable ones, and I just started cutting all of the pieces to shape. Since this is a pretty thin and interesting lightsaber, I used mainly the last half of the blade as such that it's pretty thin and uniform in its diameter, and I just cut all of these pieces to the shapes that the lightsaber hilt has. I just used a hacksaw and part of my Dremel for this, and then for some of the smaller details I used some thicker plastic that I got from an old container that I cut up. And I just used super glue and hot glue to adhere all of the pieces, and then I also used some bottle caps and various random plastic bits to hold all of the pieces together and to create some interesting textures along the whole blade. I made the folding hilt out of some of that thicker plastic that I mentioned, which I cut to the shape of the handle and then just traced on another sheet to make the other side. And then I used a plastic rod that I got from a Gundam model kit, and I just placed that into some holes that I drilled in the parts and then glued all of it together. I then melted the sides of the rod so that the parts don't slide out from each other. I then went through and assembled the emitter, which I just made out of the thicker plastic, and then some bits of the lightsaber, which I glued together in a ring formation to create the 3 vents that it has on the top. And I just glued all of that with hot glue, putting a liberal amount so that none of the parts fell together. I then airbrushed the whole thing gold, silver, and black, and then glued the whole thing together using a liberal amount of hot glue. And overall, I think it turned out pretty good. All the small details came out pretty good, and the paint scheme is pretty nice too. If you guys want to see more of my builds, be sure to check out my channel. See ya!